We all believe in you, Matthew. Take it away.
This was me, 2006. I was in a position in my life where a decision needed to be made. At that time, little did I know the magnitude in which this one decision would forever change my life. Let's fast forward a year later, 2007. Because of this decision, I was honored to join a new family. Not a family that shared the same last name, but instead, a title earned. This family did not have the luxury of spending every holiday together, but was more than willing to risk never seeing their next birthday for one another. This family ate together, definitely drank together, laughed, cried, even had our own language, consisting of terms like hayat and oorah. We were taught to fight, taught to shoot, hand-to-hand combat, and even sometimes when and how to die. Let us compare this to a dog trainer. And for presentation purposes only, I don't know, we'll call that trainer family. Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam training his prize pit bull to aim for the jugular at first chance given. The problem is not when that dog has to fight, or even when that dog has to die like it's taught, but instead it's when that dog's put back in the kennel with the Chihuahuas, Pomeranians, and Golden Retrievers. That dog was taught, trained, and molded to do one thing, and it's not to play nice with others. Is that why we are numb to see another veteran of our wars on the evening news? Domestic violence, substance abuse, homelessness, more stateside suicides than we ever experienced death in combat in Iraq and Afghanistan. In fact, right here in the United States, every 65 minutes, a veteran of our wars take their own lives. To put that into perspective, from the time we got here this morning to this moment right now, 7 individuals who have fought for this country have died. I personally have been to more funerals because of heroin overdose and suicide than I ever did on active duty. Why is that? We return home to a hero's welcome after possibly doing some not so heroic things in the name of democracy. But when that welcome home high fades, we're left to our own vices. 1 in 3 combat veterans are prescribed opiates upon their discharge from the military. So wait. We follow your orders. We agree to your prescriptions just to be thrown in jail or end up dead after you further regulate them through public policy? It's all in an effort to evade the memories that you provided us. This blood is on your hands. We are weak if we seek help, but when we do, we're funneled through organizations that simply see us as a quota in order to inflate their next year's fiscal budget. If you think I'm wrong, I challenge you, watch the ever-changing definition of veteran. On Monday, to get services, you might have to be a 4-year honorable discharge. Later that week, you could be getting those same services after getting kicked out of boot camp after just 1 day. The memories of the decisions that we have had to make are real, but so is the effect it still has on our families. We can't exactly go home and talk to our spouses about it, but yet upon our discharge, we're ordered to go talk to the 22-year-old psych intern. She politely looks over the edge of her textbook and says, "Well, Matthew, it says here you should be feeling survivor's guilt." And she's only talking about the physical deaths. We haven't even scratched the surface on the death of relationships. In 2013, right here in Montgomery County, a special court system was established to assist veterans who have become engaged in criminal activity and or substance abuse. An entire court system. Now, I'm not here to dispute the function of the Veterans Treatment Court. I'm here to discuss the needs for its existence in the first place. What a shame. We have gotten to a point where we need an entire court system for the same people that are willing to die for our right to a fair trial in the first place. How many veterans do we have in the crowd today? Can you please stand? What is the one thing that we've all been told? Thank you for your service, right? But think about it. When do we typically thank people? Thank you for passing the salt. Thank you for holding the door. Thank you for being on time. We thank people after the act that we are thankful for is over, therefore signifying the act is complete. This instills a subconscious verbal dagger telling us our service and what you are thankful for is over. But what if the very mantra of service to country that I was once willing to die for directly equates to service to community that I'm now fighting to live for? 7% of the American population has served in the military in some capacity during their lifetime. That's 22 million people, 180,000 here in the greater Miami Valley. It is time to start viewing these individuals as a tool for community advancement, not a depleted resource. We are not that high school football player. Our best days are not behind us. We pride ourselves in service. Don't take this from us. Do not limit us. Do not categorize us, but instead reapply the purpose that already exists within us to community issues. For example, does anybody know what the number one concentration of Marine Corps leadership is? Mission accomplishment. Why wouldn't we, as a society, want to apply that to economic development, neighborhood camaraderie, community safety, or better yet, to the 7,000 dilapidated properties we have here in Dayton, Ohio? I once saw a young private first class destroy his own barracks room after learning his roommate used his loofah. Destroyed it for free. Imagine what that young man could have done to an entire abandoned property. I joke, but we're engineers returning from Japan. We're accountants from Guam, lawyers from Germany. We're doctors, chaplains, logisticians, public affairs, mechanics, psychologists. Yep, even psychologists. The most effective of all veteran services is not some huge conglomerate with an astronomical budget, usually paid for with the taxpayer dollar, but instead grassroots efforts that are service-oriented for veterans, by veterans. In this article in New York Times printed late last month, the leader of one Marine Corps unit who has lost 14 men to suicide said this: "There is so much isolation and lack of purpose. We came home from war unprepared for peace. We've had to find a new mission." They recently have been able to do things that even the government can't. They've used social media and free software to implement a quick response system to where they can track, monitor, and intervene with even their most at-risk brothers. Or what about the Mission Continues out of St. Louis, Missouri? They have successfully mobilized veterans across multiple cities according to their military occupational specialty to fulfill community needs. And these are just two examples of veteran organizations taking matters into their own hands, no longer having to tiptoe the red tape that is the pain-for-profit bureaucracy that is today's veteran services. I, Matthew Purkey, do solemnly swear to defend against enemies, both foreign and domestic. When we die in war, we're rightfully heroes. When we die due to results of war, we are quickly forgotten. This entire TEDx experience, which has been priceless, is dedicated to my brother and quite possibly the best human being I've ever had the privilege of knowing, Sergeant Evie Estrada. Husband, father of 3, 2 college degrees, school teacher, 2 tours overseas, 24 years old. So the next time you extend your hand in thanks, please know we're not looking for a handout. Instead, the exact opposite. We're looking to be that helping hand. As you've heard throughout the day from all these amazing speakers and presenters, the theme this year is re. It's time to rethink the way we view veterans, reconsider the way we talk to veterans, and reorganize the way we utilize veterans. You want to retrain that dog that is viewed as disposable? Reapply the purpose that already exists within it. By doing so, you're creating a win-win for both the community and us lovable pit bulls.